Hi, I'm Matt Pereira, and as you're all probably aware, we are in the midst of a global pandemic. COVID-19 has traveled across the entire world, and as a result, countries are taking certain measures to try and contain its spread. But not all are acting in the same way. For example, South Korea. They use cell phone data to break down where infected individuals traveled and then sent out mobile alerts to people working and living in those areas so they were aware of possible exposure. Singapore. They take a serious approach right out of the gate. In January, they put travel restrictions on travelers from mainland China and were quick to test and quarantine individuals with suspected cases. Individuals would then be subject to random video calls and GPS surveillance just so the government could ensure that they remained out of public life. And then there's Turkmenistan, where no response seems to have been made. Some journalists are noting that the word coronavirus is being used sparingly in their state run media and only when referencing international stories. The country is also reporting 0 cases, which is kind of odd just based off of its close proximity to Iran, which was one of the first countries outside of mainland China to be greatly impacted by the coronavirus. Here in Canada, our borders have been closed in response, and all non-essential services have been shut down. The government strongly suggests that we practice social distancing and that we only leave our homes if completely necessary. Not a complete lockdown, but a policy that strongly suggests that we try and limit face-to-face social interaction. However, some countries have taken a lockdown approach. Take Italy. They're in their 4th week of a national-wide shutdown, with fines being handed out if you're outside of your home or in public without a valid reason or proper documentation. To get a better sense of what life is like in Italy, we're going to hear from Milan resident Francesca Rossi.
No, none of us is allowed to go out, not even for on their own at the park, like other countries are doing. Like Germany, I know for a fact that they can go out to parks and jog. We can't do that either. You are only allowed to go out if you are going to work, or for grocery shopping, or to get medications. So in cases related to your health. Right now, with being with my friends is not really possible. I can't really be with my family, even though we live together, but I can't get close to them because I work in a supermarket and it is considered to be a medium to high risk of contagious. I am not thinking about the past nor the future because I don't think it is useful right now. I think we need to stick to what we have right now, and what we have right now is a new reality, and we need to respect the rules. Even though I'm notoriously a rebel, I think it's the only way to contain the spread.
Most European countries have taken a similar approach, banning non-essential work and encouraging people to stay indoors if they can. But a few countries are taking a different approach. Belarus, for example, they've put no restrictions on public life. And Sweden, though encouraging social distancing and isolation if sick, is also remaining slightly open. Schools and daycares haven't been closed. Restaurants are open if they can provide adequate space to keep people apart. And if a business can run with 50 employees or less, they're allowed to remain open. To shed a little more light on the Swedish situation, we'll hear from Felicia Lundmark, who lives in Gothenburg.
In the beginning, we were only really told to wash our hands frequently and to practice social distancing, which we pretty much invented and do for fun, so that wasn't really a big deal. People started to self-isolate even though our government never recommended it, because the rest of the world was doing it. So meanwhile, people were staying at home, businesses kept open, and right now 40 businesses a day are going bankrupt in Sweden due to this. I've been laid off myself 60%. Luckily, our government is paying for the wages that I lose. Unfortunately, they're not paying for the overtime and the tips that I lose. So at the moment, I'm really only able to afford my rent. Scary times for people who are afraid of getting sick, for people who have invested their life savings in their businesses that are just going under right now, people who are losing their jobs, people who are becoming homeless. I don't know what's worse, really. The sickness itself or the panic that it's causing, and people are truly showing their real colors now, and it's not really pretty. I can only hope that we come out of this better.
So no matter where we are or how different countries act to the situation, one thing remains certain. We're all in this together. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Pereira.